Hi guys, so today we're gonna talk about the zeroth law of thermodynamics and how it connects with temperature. I know it sounds kinda intimidating, but don't worry, it's super easy when you actually understand it. So first, let's talk about thermodynamics. So basically, it's the branch of physics that studies heat, work, and energy, and how they transform or relate to each other. So in short, it's all about energy transfer, like how this thing or how heat moves from thing to another. So very easy. So, zeroth law of thermodynamics. So, the zeroth law says that if system A is in equilibrium, thermal equilibrium in system B, then system B is in thermal equilibrium with system C, then A and C are also in thermal equilibrium. So, basically, mura sila o kanang math. Like, kung A equals B, then B equals C, then A and C. Yes. So this law basically helps us define its temperature itself. Without this law, we wouldn't really understand what same temperature even means. So thermal equilibrium. Now, thermal equilibrium just means that there is no net heat flow between two objects. Like example, when you leave your hot coffee on the table, it slowly cools down until the same temp as the room. That's thermal equilibrium. So example, kanina example, nagkuan ka og coffee, aircon in room, then nagkuan ka og coffee, then hinghawa ka, naka-aircon, di ba? Bugnaw ang naka-aircon. So, kung imong biyaan to, di ba, ang coffee mo kanjud na mo mawajud ang kainit ana. So, ang kuan is ang imong coffee is mubagay siya sa temperature sa imong room. Kay bugnaw man ang palibot niya, so bugnaw pud siya. That's thermal equilibrium. Equilibrium gani, equal. Yes. It's important because it shows us why temperature comparison even makes sense. Like how you can say which one is hotter or colder. Kung ang imong coffee is mo adto ka sa init. So pabili lang ko na init kay di naman na mausab kay magkuan naman siya. So thermal equilibrium. So next is temperature. So temperature, on the other hand, measures the average kinetic energy of particles. The zeroth law gives meaning of this. Kaya if there's no equilibrium, how would we even know what temperature is, right? Temperature basically tells us how much energy something has based on how fast its particles are moving. Next is temperature scales. Usap na mga temperature scales like Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. Kelvin is the unit and it's based on absolute zero, which is like the coldest possible temperature where all motion stops. We can convert between the scales using the formulas like Celsius to Kelvin, degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So that scientists around the world can have standardized measurements. Kaya dapat consistent ta. Next slide is it almost done. Connection of concepts. So the zeroth law defines temperature. Thermal equilibrium shows how we can compare systems. Temperature scales help us measure those comparisons in a standard. Basically, everything connects. It's like the foundation of how we understand heat and temperature. So when we apply this in the real-world applications, kung i-apply na to sa real-world application, di ba, like, mo kuha na itong mama, mo palit o may lantanta, thermometer, din ibutan sa atong ilok or sa panang na init na sa atong lawas, di ba, makuha na to ang atong temperature o mahibaw na to if natay sakit or bala. Then, use thermal equilibrium to maintain temperature. And sa industries food like engines or refrigeration, it's super important to keep things at the right temperature for safety and efficiency. So yeah, this isn't just science in theory, it's also in real life. So to sum it all up, the zeroth law is the foundation of temperature. Then temperature measures how hot or cold something is. The thermal equilibrium means no heat flow. Then temperature scales help us measure things accurately. So I hope you understand my report. So see you in the next video. Bye!